What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Mega Dads. We are gonna try something a little new today. I'm calling it Mega Byte. It's a show in the world of gaming news in little bite-sized chunks. A lot has happened in the gaming world, particularly surrounding Microsoft and Xbox. There has been a lot of news since the new head of gaming has come on, Asha Sharma, and there's been a lot of questions surrounding her abilities coming from Instacart, and I forget where else she was first, but she did a lot of things with AI. There was a lot of skepticism, and as she's kind of come on board and Phil Spencer sunsetting his time, there's a lot of questions about Microsoft. They've had a lot of stuff with price increases on Game Pass. Their hardware went up a bunch. I kind of had an aha moment. I've long ditched the Xbox platform. It's probably actually my favorite though. I think the hardware's good, the price was good. Game Pass has always been one of those best values in gaming until this year when they jacked up Game Pass Ultimate $10 a month to $30 a month. It was just so tone deaf. Their hardware clearly wasn't selling. I believe Walmart and some Targets actually have stopped selling physical Xbox games, and some Walmarts even not even selling Xbox hardware. So that's wild. But this week, they did something different. Sharma came out and she talked about how Game Pass has gotten too expensive, that they've lost the room, and they're totally right. Game Pass Ultimate is actually dropping from $29.99 a month down to $22.99 a month. Personally, that's a little bit rich still, and the way they're doing it is they're making the new Call of Duty games not available on Game Pass Day 1 subscription. They're actually going to release the new Call of Duty games a year later to Game Pass. I don't really remember the last good Call of Duty. I was an avid Call of Duty player year after year after year after year, and honestly, I played so much Call of Duty Blackout. Looking back on Call of Duty, once Warzone dropped, I think they lost the plot. I personally don't care about Call of Duty. The other thing they did is they wrapped in Fortnite bucks when they increased the price. I'm not a Fortnite player. Personally, couldn't care less about that. And I do think the people that play Fortnite already probably spend money on the bucks to get the skins they want. So I would say yank that out of there and drop the price even more. Go back to $19.99. That would be such a strong move from them. And or, why don't we have an Xbox Game Pass a la carte subscription where players can just pick and choose what they want to play in different tiers or build your own tier? I think that would be really powerful. One other note that did come about, I believe, yesterday, is there is for Discord Nitro Plus members, this is actually a rumor that they're gonna gain access to Xbox Game Pass, but it's gonna be like a starter edition. They're gonna get like 50 games, 10 hours a month of cloud streaming, which I really hope Microsoft doesn't lean too far into that, and then Xbox rewards. Personally, I guess if you already subscribe to Discord Nitro, then great, you get this now. Otherwise, whatever. The other big part we need to touch on. Yesterday, they had this like press release, and I actually thought it was well done, and or maybe leaked internal memo. It's honestly really hard to digest all this gaming news. One thing they did yesterday that I think is really telling is that they dropped the name of Microsoft Gaming and they went back to just Xbox. So they went back to their DNA. They released a new logo, which I think kind of looks like Apple Liquid Glass, but it's Xbox now. It's not Microsoft Gaming. So yeah, I'm excited for it. I do know, back to the Game Pass thing, they are trying to evolve it, and they did say that it's subject to change and they want to try new things. They do eventually want to get something for everybody at a certain price tier. So hats off to a company who's going to try to do better. I mean, they kind of have to, because Windows sucks, their handheld experience sucks. The last point on Xbox I want to touch on is they did say that they were going to reevaluate exclusivity. But there was also a report that just came out that Forza, that's really hard to say. Forza Horizon 5 sold like 5 million units on PlayStation 5. That kind of tells me that maybe you're gonna just have to rein in some titles to exclusivity, because that's a lot of games sold. Halo's coming out later this year on PS5. I imagine that's gonna sell incredibly well. It'll be interesting to see what they do. I know Sony did just pull back the reins on their games that they were launching on PC. I don't think they're gonna do that anymore, is the way it sounds. And that's a major bummer, but I get it. You're trying to strengthen your PlayStation brand, your ecosystem. It's just another way to lock you in and force you to buy more hardware, which is where they, get you onto their platform to spend more money on their store and their subscriptions. Yeah, it all makes sense. Anyhow, we're gonna go into a segment that I am calling the patch notes. This is just gonna be rapid fire topics right off what I saw in gaming headlines this week that stuck out to me. If you follow anything with PC gaming or gaming news or handhelds, you know that AI has absolutely crushed the memory and storage market. Back in October, November last year, you could get 2 sticks of RAM for like $89. That's now like anywhere between $250 and $500 depending where you shop. My advice, go to Micro Center, buy a bundle. They usually throw in the RAM still. Albeit a little bit higher prices for the bundle, but still digestible if you're gonna build. Contrary though, SK Hynix and Samsung, two of the most prominent storage RAM makers, definitely SSDs, released a statement yesterday that they are yet again increasing the price of storage. So a 1 terabyte drive that you could get for an off-brand for like $50 last year during Black Friday, or right around $100 for a terabyte for a decent drive, and maybe like $130 for a high-end drive. Yeah, the high-end drives are now going to $330 MSRP. We're cooked, yo. I can't wait for this AI bubble to pop because it is truly ruining our hobby, especially those of us who want to build PCs and do that. The other thing, gaming handhelds have become, like PC gaming handhelds since the Steam Deck have just kind of like taken off. There's so many different ones now. MSI's got one, Lenovo's got a handful, and last week or 2 weeks ago, the Lenovo Legion Go 2, which is just a beast of a handheld with a beautiful OLED display, the prices went up to, I believe, $14.99 for the Z2 Go and $19.99. Don't quote me on the first one, $19.99 for the Z2 Extreme. $2,000 for a handheld. So what did they do? They have another market of the Legion Go S line, and those have a Windows component and a Steam version. There was a sale on Best Buy on Sunday. They were still $8.99. They had already seen a little bit of a price increase since launch, but Monday morning they went from $8.99 to $1,500 and $1,579 for the Z1 Extreme version, and then I believe it's $989 for the lesser version. So you're looking at $1,000 for a gaming handheld that the hardware, $1,000 to $1,600 for gaming handheld hardware that's been around. This Z1 Extreme chip has been around for a handful of years now. I have to think it's Lenovo trying to say, yep, we're gonna be done producing these things, and we're gonna try to curb people from buying them. If you're buying those at MSRP, you're absolutely crazy. My advice, go to Facebook Marketplace. eBay's already got the scalpers, so you're kind of chalked there. Hopefully you bought a handheld when you can. And then lastly, some things I found interesting in the gaming world is the ever evolving and overindulgence into gaming media, like movies and shows. Apparently, the Elden Ring movie has started filming. Sounds like it's got a good cast and a good director, but God, I just don't know how they're gonna do an Elden Ring movie, especially for big screen cinema. Like, there's a lot to that game, and they're gonna have to pick and choose. You can't possibly see it all. I remain cautiously optimistic, I guess, because the cast and the director is good, but we'll have to see. And then also Sony and they're gonna take a stab at a Metal Gear Solid film. While I think the context could be really good and really strong, I'm not so sure about the execution. Anything Metal Gear seems to drag out in development, run into different struggles, and I guess we'll just wait and see on that one. The one I'm most excited for is a Bloodborne animated movie. So Sony and I forget his name, the director, he's an avid fan of the series. they're actually going to do an R-rated animated Bloodborne movie. So that should be sweet. I remember back when I went to Japan in 2008, I remember getting Final Fantasy Advent Children, like the Steelbook over there. And that was really kind of my first dip into anime, that and One Piece. So excited to see where this goes. But the Homer inside me says, this is Sony's perfect launch pad to finally do something with the Bloodborne IP. They've held it hostage. You know, there's varying rumors of Miyazaki doesn't want Sony touching it for a remaster, or he wants to be directly involved and he just doesn't have the time. I don't really know the story behind it, but either way, we need a proper Bloodborne remaster. And fuck Sony for closing Blue Point Studios. They could have done that so well. They did such a good job on the Demon Souls. So I'm super excited for that. We're going to sign off and hold our save state for another week of gaming news. We'll see what brings next. Next week, we've got Saros to look forward to. Coming weeks, we've got 007 First Light. There's a lot to look forward to, but man, there's a somber cloud over our gaming world. So I guess hats off to Microsoft for trying to be better. We'll see you next time.